Okay, here's a quick update. Day 3 of the TED Fellows conference, the TED Fellows pre-conference today. Today we have the TED Fellows reception. So I ran into some pretty good people like Caesar Harada from Open Sailing. We're discussing the OpenCAD platform, and the latest on that is defining the problem statement for the OpenCAD platform and the whole tool chain for open hardware development. We're going to work a little bit on that in terms of defining that, so as we get our CAD director, we're going to be able to facilitate the definition of OpenCAD, the specification for that. Now, Katarina Mota from Open Materials is also here, so she's also interested in the OpenCAD definition. And I also asked Peter Haas, who's the founder of ITDG, the AI Appropriate Intermediate Technology Group, AI Appropriate Intermediate Development Group, some AIDG. He's here, one of the TED Fellows as well, and we're discussing getting to the leadership of the Fab Labs to discuss how to make the Fab Labs open source and also make them feasible, make them a viable option for real production. So Fab Labs, a lot of them are, the problem statement there is lots of the Fab Labs are educational in nature, but what happens if we make them an actual engine of Economy 2.0, which means decentralized fabrication? So in order for that to happen and be virally scalable, one of the points to develop there is the open source tool set to do that. And what we have to offer now is a decent second prototype of the CNC torch table. We've got the iron worker, we've got the CNC circuit mill, cold saw, and soon we're working on a CNC multi-machine as one of the next projects. But we've got initial results of machines that can be put into the open source Fab Lab context and build from there. So far so good, really exciting. Also had a really exciting discussion with Alex Petrov of Working Villages, and that's a group that has successfully put thousands of acres under cultivation, and this is in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. And it's interesting in that Alex is making me think about draft power as part of the Global Village Construction Set infrastructure. So part of the open source agroecology would be good to really compare how does an ox compare to a tractor. Now my claim is that a tractor you don't have to feed when it's not being used. An ox, a good draft animal, you have to feed constantly, but altogether it's debatable. We have to study that carefully. What are the advantages and disadvantages? For example, the ox has the advantage of producing fertilizer 24/7. The tractor doesn't. But what if the tractor is lifetime designed, so it means 100 years, and you're fueling it by pelletized biomass and modern steam power? Does that actually become feasible? We'll see. But we have to kind of look at that more carefully. And at the scale of a very small farm, and I don't know if that would work for factory farm at 30 acres, an ox would probably help out. It could give us milk and draft animal power, and we'll see how it fits into the overall mix. But that's something interesting to think about, Gabi. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. In any case, lots of excitement here. Looking forward to meeting a lot of the new people at TED Global right here. My goal here is to find a business mentor. I've already talked to a couple of people, excellent presenters on strategy that we had in another workshop. I'm going to follow up with them, and I have a list of people I'd like to meet on the business mentorship side, looking for people who can really connect to our vision and scale this thing. Okay, that's a report. Day 3, TED Global in Edinburgh, Scotland. March in from Open Source Ecology here. And the crew back at Factory Farm, hope our things are well. Van, welcome to Factory Farm. And we're looking forward to Marshall and who else? We've got Marshall coming back, Brianna's coming back, and Parker soon after I arrive there. And then the Greek farming team of 5 people should be arriving soon. Update complete. See you tomorrow.